You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay.
Everybody loves a winner, and tonight the Atlanta Dream set the record for the biggest crowd to watch a WNBA game in Georgia history.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlin Clark effect.
Speaking of freak athletes, Caitlin Clark effect has now hit the WNBA. It has been announced today.
But the best basketball of the weekend, the best player in America, the best shooter in America, Caitlin Clark at Iowa.
Caitlin Clark is beginning to draw comparisons to LeBron James due to her comprehensive influence on the basketball court.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch.
Her ability to finish strong near the basket has sparked this latest analogy. Clark boasts an impressive 62.7% shooting percentage from within 5 feet, making her the top guard in 2-point field goal percentage.
There's no hyperbole here. Watch her play. She plays at a high level, highly skilled. She's the best passer in America, and she's the best shooter in America.
Her scoring efficiency around the rim rivals that of some of the best big men in the league.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence, you can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer. Crazy though, just because her shot is like that, it's at that level. If you really watch, like, her floor game is as impressive. So it's kind of the total package. And the French breaking that record, and the amount of attention that she has gained over the course of these last couple of years. Every building she goes into, there's a different energy. Like, it's great for her, great for women's basketball.
Since the Indiana Fever returned from the Olympic break, she has particularly excelled at driving to the hoop and finishing. In a recent WNBA playoff game, Caitlin Clark experienced an eye poke from Dejounte Carrington, which sparked a lot of discussion. This reminds me of an event that changed my life. In 2016, I was driving to a reunion with friends when a distracted driver ran a red light and crashed into me. My car was total, and I ended up needing multiple knee surgeries. Insurance companies often try to pay you less than what you deserve after an accident, which is why I'm excited to introduce our sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the country and can fight for the best possible result for your case if you become their client. Whether it's a minor accident or something more serious, they make sure the insurance company doesn't shortchange you. The best part? You don't pay them up front. If they don't win, you don't pay. If you ever find yourself in an accident, remember your options. You can start your claim now by clicking the link in description below. Thanks to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video.
There's still such a long way to go, because in the end,
Come on. Look, this guy's embarrassing, bro.
You're bright,
you're
right,
listen.
and as a result, the shine comes your way in the eyes of a lot of people.
You can
in
pause
America.
But it's race baiting rhetoric that's adding fuel to a fire. It's like enough with the racist BS. She's nasty. She knows how to ball.
Clark's style of controlling the game and attacking the basket is reminiscent of James. Previously, I've likened her to Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, and Steph Curry. Kidd for her rebounding and fast-paced playmaking, Nash for her creative play, and Curry for her long-range shooting.
Everybody else is jealous. They're pissed off because you're getting this, like, it's ridiculous. And we're never going to advance as a species, and we're never, if he keeps having that type of attitude. It's ridiculous. It's like, what? Everything has to go back to race. Everything has to keep going back to race. She's really good. Let it be that. And the other players should shut the hell up. Like, nobody was talking about your league. Nobody cared about the WNBA until that girl, Caitlin Clark, I don't care what color she is. She's ridiculous. She's nasty. And now people are watching, and you guys are talking shit about her.
When you blend all these skills, you see shades of LeBron, especially in her aggressive approach to scoring.
That 36 of 40 Indiana Fever games will be nationally broadcast next year. Last year, the Indiana Fever had one game nationally televised. Next year, 36 of 40, let's get her on TV.
We keep saying it over and over. Caitlin Clark isn't just a draw on TV. She's also a major attraction for live audiences. When these two teams first faced off, a whopping 17,575 fans filled the State Farm Arena just to see her play.
No, hold on. I think you're a great basketball player. I mean, I can't play like you do.
Yeah, we know. And obviously, I can't tell jokes like you do.
Now, you might wonder how we know it was all about Caitlin's performance. Typically, the Gateway Center, home to the Atlanta Dream, has a capacity of around 3,500. In their last matchup against the Phoenix Mercury, which features a legendary player who's been a cornerstone of women's basketball for the last 20 years, only 3,200 fans showed up. They couldn't even fill a smaller arena against Diana Taurasi. But when Caitlin Clark is in town, it's a different story. Not only does the arena sell out, but they also have to offer standing room tickets to accommodate everyone. This game against the Atlanta Dream is expected to set a record for attendance at a WNBA game in Georgia. They're pulling out all the stops to ensure every corner of the State Farm Arena is packed. The Atlanta Dream has been proactive, promoting the event on social media with a powerful message. This, we walk amongst legends. This, we set the record. They're doing everything they can to make this game a monumental occasion. They're putting together an exciting hype video to get everyone entertained and pumped up for the history that's about to unfold this.
The league could not be in a more exciting place than it is right now.
Certainly the attention on women's basketball right now is at an all-time high, and this league has been poised and ready for at least the last 2 decades for this moment. We have the star power, we have the elite play on the floor, but it's been a bit of a hidden gem. Well, it's not going to be hidden much longer, and a lot of that is because of this draft class and Caitlin Clark.
Last time these two teams faced off, an impressive 17,575 fans showed up. So how many are they expecting this time? Are we looking at 17,700, or could it be as high as 18,000 for This Is Atlanta Dream game? This is what we mean by the CC effect.
And you said there's been a robust conversation around the Final Four. I don't know what's bigger than robust, but it got even bigger this season. It's robustier this year. And how do we play? How do we build off of last year? More talent, more eyes on the game, more bodies here at the draft to cheer and celebrate this draft class. It's gotten better and better.
It's not just about Caitlin Clark's skills or how she elevates her teammates. It's her magnetic presence that draws in fans.
Who are you here to see tonight?
Caitlin Clark!
It's crazy how much attention she brings to the game, and it's not just here in the US. People in other countries are going nuts for her too.
Came from Canada to
Saskatchewan, Canada.
That's a long walk.
We drove 23 hours.
Whoa, hold on a second. 2C, I'm gonna guess. Let me guess.
Caitlin Clark.
She has a way of captivating audiences and transcending the sport of women's basketball. When she's in town, it's the hottest ticket around. Just like when the Yankees or Lakers come to play. Now, the Indiana Fever is the must-see event in town. They're calling this matchup the biggest of the season.
Talking with Sue Bird, I think she uses a great word to describe what it's like watching Caitlin. And she says, it's thrilling. We know she's great. We know she's captivated the country. Why? What about Caitlin makes her so captivated?
Caitlin Clark is different from any other player we have ever seen in the women's game, and it starts with the distance with which she shoots the basketball. We've never seen a player shoot from that deep range with that kind of efficiency.
The Atlanta Dream clearly understands the buzz and is fully embracing the hype surrounding Caitlin. They know how to market their superstars effectively. Each time Caitlin Clark arrives, they move the game from their smaller venue to a larger arena, and they're making sure everyone knows it.
I like her attitude. I think she's got good sportsmanship. She lets things roll off of her. She's just an all-around great player, and the Lego threes.
I think she's done a lot, and working with the group that she's with just brought a lot to the WNBA.
The Dream is relentless in their promotion. I wish more teams would follow their lead and really promote the games when Caitlin Clark is in town.
Yeah, it was great. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. I thought we came in here and we competed hard. That was the thing. Like, we knew they were going to want to win, so we came out with the same mindset of wanting to win. I think we were down 2 at halftime, and I thought we started the third quarter really strong, and that's what kind of set the tone for that whole second half. And then never hurts when Enrique gets really hot like that. It's just kind of like give her the ball and let her do her thing. And
instead of just casually mentioning the matchup, they're already declaring this game a sellout. That's right, every seat is accounted for. So if you thought you could stroll in and snag a comfy chair, think again. The only option left is standing room tickets. Standing room tickets for a basketball game? This feels like something you'd see at a Major League Baseball game. It's wild. Now, how will the Indiana Fever perform this? They need to come out strong and aggressive. We can't afford another slow start like last time. If Nalissa Smith is on fire, great. If not, it's time to switch things up. The same goes for Kelsey Mitchell. With our sights set on the 6th or 5th seed, every game is crucial, especially as we near the end of the WNBA season. After a game that they realistically could have won, how will this team bounce back? If the other team shoots 25% and we hit 35% from 3, it should be a win. But if we start off slow and miss our shots, our defense will need to hold strong until Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston find their rhythm. I'm curious to see how Coach Christy Sides will handle rotations this. Will we see more of Dantas or less of Tammy? What about Erica Wheeler? She played for the Atlanta Dream last time, so will she get some minutes this? And how many will Lexi see? We need to put our best lineup on the court because this is a big night. The CC Tour is hitting Atlanta. I really hope the fans who paid good money to see Caitlin Clark don't end up disappointed if the Fever come out flat or if there are questionable coaching decisions. These fans deserve an exciting game, and fingers crossed they'll get one this. Before we wrap up, here's an interesting fact. The Indiana Fever has the highest average attendance across 29 games in the WNBA, while the Atlanta Dream has the lowest. However, both teams are set to make history with the largest WNBA game in Georgia. As Angel Reese pointed out, if it were so easy, it would have been done already. If everyone was a draw, women's basketball would be in a different place.
The WNBA tried to capitalize on her popularity and crammed a lot of games in over a short amount of time, playing against the best teams in the WNBA.
Those relative season tickets now?
I
mean, we might have to.
Those are pretty expensive.
We'll make sure the
our
Fever
salaries,
gets working on that.
our salaries, it's like our entire salary to get those.
Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever point guard, has been making headlines lately, and it's not just because of her impressive performance on the court. The 22-year-old rookie has been making waves with her bold statements and competitive spirit.
It's like our entire salary to get those. I'm not kidding.
We'll have someone work on that for sure.
We need people to help.
After being snubbed by the U.S. Olympic women's basketball team, Clark took a much-needed break to recharge and refocus her game, and it seems like that time off did her some good, as she's been on a roll ever since.
Caitlin Clark now has the rookie record, the history of the WNBA, as she's now going to try to set the all-time record, but 12 games to go.
On Sunday, Clark set a WNBA record for assists in a season by a rookie, notching 9 to increase her total to 232.
There is a lot of appropriate attention on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, and we found out that the Fever Storm game from over the weekend drew 2.2 million viewers, which is massive. The WNBA has 18 games this season where they've had more than 1 million viewers average, and 16 of those 18 have featured Caitlin Clark. So you cannot deny the connectivity of Caitlin Clark playing basketball and people wanting to watch. If she's playing, they will come, they will watch the game.
She's on track to break the overall record of 316 set by Alyssa Thomas last year, but that's not all. Clark also made headlines for her interaction with a referee. After missing a shot in the third quarter, Clark punched the base of the basket in frustration, earning her a technical foul. The referee told her that her actions were disrespectful to the game of basketball, but Clark saw it differently. Had nothing to do with my team, had nothing to do with the reffing, had nothing to do with the other team. It's just because I'm a competitor, and I felt like I should have been making more shots, she said. Clark even thanked the referee for the technical foul, saying it fired her up to play harder. I thought we got a lot better after that. I want to thank him for that, she added. But Clark's most surprising statement came when she jumped in to answer a question about buying season tickets for her family. When Fever teammate Lexi Hull was asked if she would buy her family season tickets after scoring a career-high 22 points in the win over the Seattle Storm, Clark chimed in saying, "Those are pretty expensive. It's like our entire salary to get those. I'm not kidding. We need people to help."
But making really peanuts, Dan, when meanwhile this is the reason why everybody's tuning into the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, just on her own, making $76,000 a year, which, I mean, she's making tons of other money in endorsements, but when you look at male athletes, something that I think a lot of them tend to make a habit of is they say, okay, I'm going to spend my paycheck or my salary rather, and I'm going to use that to fund my lifestyle. And I'm going to set aside my endorsement money. I'm going to put that in the bank. I'm going to invest that money. But for these WNBA players, if all you're making is $76,000, you've got to dig into those endorsement dollars to fund a lifestyle And I'm not just talking about a lavish lifestyle. I'm just talking about a normal lifestyle, which costs even more these days thanks to.
Despite making millions in endorsements, Clark's comment about needing help to buy season tickets for her loved ones raised a few eyebrows. But one thing's for sure, Caitlin Clark is not afraid to speak her mind and make her presence known, both on and off the court. It's a fact that Caitlin Clark's rookie salary of $76,535 and her 4-year contract totaling $338,056 are quite small when compared to what male players in the NBA earn.
The WNBA is becoming popular enough to increase salaries. That's what the NBA does, and the NFL. They increase their salary cap. One of the things that's interesting, the financials of the Indiana Fever, I don't know if you saw this, but there's a 1,193% increase in jersey sales with the Indiana Fever because of Caitlin Clark.
The WNBA's collective bargaining agreement, which was established in 2020 and runs until 2027, limits these salaries. The current